everyone. This is another book from my 2024 summer book reading. It's called Goodbye Columbus and Five Short Stories by Philip Roth. And we're going to read as much as we can so we can read more. So the foreword says, in the 1990s, Philip Roth won America's 4 major literary awards in succession: the National Book Critics Circle Award for Patrimony in 1991, PEN/Faulkner Award for Operation Shylock 1993, the National Book Award for Savage Theater 1995, and the Pulitzer Prize in Fiction for American Pastoral 1997. He won the Ambassador Book Award of the English-Speaking Union for I Married a Communist 1998. In the same year, he received the National Medal of Arts at the White House. Previously, he won the National Books Critics Award for The Counter Life 1986 and the National Book Award for his first book, Goodbye Columbus, in 1959. In 2000, he published The Human Stain, including a trilogy that depicts the ideological ethos of post-war America. For The Human Stain, Roth received his second PEN/Faulkner Award as well as Britain's W.H. Smith Award for the Best Book of the Year. In 2001, he received the highest award of the American Academy of Arts and Letters, the Gold Medal in Fiction, given every 6 years for the entire work of the recipient. Okay, just flipping some pages here. It's dedicated to his mother and father. Copyright was 1959, and he renewed it in 1987. He includes a Yiddish proverb, "The heart is half a prophet." And Goodbye Columbus. He says, the first time I saw Brenda, she asked me to hold her glasses. Then she stepped out to the edge of the diving board and looked foggily into the pool. It could have been drained. Myopic Brenda would never have known it. She dove beautifully, and a moment later she was swimming back to the side of the pool, her head of short-clipped auburn hair held up straight ahead of her, as though it were a rose on a long stem. She glided to the edge and then was beside me. "Thank you," she said, her eyes watery, though not from the water. She extended a hand for her glasses, but did not put them on until she turned and headed away. I watched her move off. Her hand suddenly appeared behind her. She caught the bottom of her slip between thumb and index finger, and her flesh had been showing back where it belonged. My blood jumped. That night before dinner, I called her. "Who are you calling?" my Aunt Gladys asked. "Some girl I met today." "Doris introduced you?" "Doris would introduce me to the guy who drains the pool, Aunt Gladys." Don't criticize all the time. A cousin's a cousin. "How did you meet her?" "I didn't really meet her. I saw her." "Who is she?" "Her last name is Potemkin." "Potemkin? I don't know." Aunt Gladys says if she knew anybody who belonged to the Green Lake Country Club. "You going to call her and you don't know her?" "Yes," I explained. "I'll introduce myself." "Casanova," she said, and went back to preparing my uncle's dinner. None of us ate together. My Aunt Gladys ate at 5 o'clock, my cousin Susan at 5:30, me at 6, and my uncle at 6:30. There's nothing to explain this beyond the fact that my aunt is crazy. "Where's the suburban phone book?" I asked after pulling out all the books tucked under the telephone table. "What?" "The suburban phone book. I want to call Short Hills." "That skinny book?" "What I got to cut in my house with that? I never used it." "Where is it?" "Under the dresser where the leg came off." "For God's sake," I said. "Call information better. You go yanking around there, you'll mess up my drawers." "Don't bother me. You see your uncle will be home soon. I haven't fed you yet." "Aunt Gladys, suppose tonight we all eat together. It's hot, but it'll be easier for you." "Sure, I should serve 4 different meals at once. You need pot roast seasoned with the cottage cheese. Max has steak. Friday night is the steak night." I wasn't denying, and I'm having a little cold chicken. She jumped up and down 20 different times. "What am I, a working horse? Why don't we all have steak with cold chicken? 20 years I'm running a house. Go call your girlfriend." But when I called, Brenda Potemkin wasn't home. She's having dinner at the club, and one of his boys told me. "Will she be home after?" "My voice is 2 octaves higher than a choir boy's." "I don't know," the boy said. "She may go driving golf balls." "Who is this?" "Her mobile suburbs." "Nobody should let me know. I'll call back in a message. Thank you. Sorry to bother." I hung up somewhere along in there. Then my aunt called me and I stood myself for dinner. She pushed the black frying pan up to high, and that way it managed to stir the cord behind the kitchen knife. "What kind of soda do you want?" "I got ginger ale, plain seltzer, black raspberry, and a bottle of cream soda." I could open up. None, thank you. You want water? I don't drink with my meals, Aunt Gladys. I told you that every day for a year already. Max could drink a whole case of his chopped liver only. He works hard all day. If you work hard, you drink more. At the stove, she heaped up a plate with pot roast gravy, boiled potatoes, and peas and carrots. She put it in front of me, and I could feel the heat of the food in my face. Then she cut 2 pieces of rye bread and put that next to me on the table. I forked a potato in half and ate it, but Aunt Gladys, who had seated herself across me, watched. You don't want bread, she said. I wouldn't cut it up. I wouldn't cut it if it should go stale. I want bread, I said. You don't like the seeds, do you? I tore a piece of bread in half and ate it. How's the meat, she said. Okay, good. You can fill yourself with potatoes and bread. The meat will leave over. I have to pour it out. Suddenly she leaped up from the chair. Salt! When she returned to the table, she plunked a salt shaker down in front of me. Pepper wasn't served in her home. She'd heard on Galen Drake that it was not absorbed by the body, and it was disturbing to Aunt Gladys to think that anything she served might pass through her gullet, stomach, and bowel just for the pleasure of the trip. You're going to pick the peas out is all. You tell me that? I wouldn't bother with the carrots. I love carrots, I said I love them, and to prove it, I dumped half of them down my throat and the other half onto my trousers. Good, she said. Though I'm very fond of desserts, especially fruit, I chose not to have any. I wanted this hot night to avoid the convention that revolved around my choosing fresh fruit over canned fruit, or canned fruit over fresh fruit, whichever I preferred. Aunt Gladys always had an abundance of the other jam in her refrigerator like stolen diamonds. He wants canned peaches. I have a refrigerator full of grapes I have to get rid of. Life was going off for poor Aunt Gladys. Her greatest joys were taking out the garbage, emptying her pantry, and making threadbare bundles for what she still referred to as the poor Jews in Palestine. I only hope she dies with an empty refrigerator, otherwise she'll ruin eternity for everyone else. What with her Velveeta turning green and her navel oranges going fuzzy jackets down below. My Uncle Max came home, and while I dialed Brenda's number once again, I could hear soda bottles being popped open in the kitchen. The voice that answered this time was high, curtain, tired. Hello? I launched into my speech. Hello, Brenda. Brenda, you don't know me. That is, you don't know my name, but I held your glasses for you this afternoon at the club. You asked me to. I'm not a member. My cousin Doris is Doris Plugman. I asked who you were, I breathed, gave her a chance to speak, and then went ahead and answered the silence from the other end. Doris? She's the one who's always reading War and Peace. That's how I know it's the summer when Doris is reading War and Peace. Brenda didn't know. Right from the start, she was a practical girl. What's your name? She said. Neil Plugman. I held your glasses at the board, remember? She answered me with a question of her own. One, I'm sure that's embarrassing to both the homely and the fair. What do you look like? I'm dark. Are you a Negro? No, I said. What do you look like? May I come see you tonight and show you? That's nice, she said. She laughed. I'm playing tennis tonight. I thought you were driving golf balls. I drove them already. How about after tennis? I'll be sweaty after, Brenda said. It was not to warn me to close my nose and run in the opposite direction. It was a fact. It hadn't apparently didn't bother Brenda, but she wanted it reported. I don't mind, I said, and hope by my tone to earn a niche somewhere between Squeamish and McGrubby. Can I pick you up? She did not answer a minute. I heard her muttering, Doris Plugman, Doris Plugman. Then she said, yes, Briar Path Hills, 8:15. I'll be driving I hung up with the year, a Tam Clements, so you know me. How will I know you? I said with a sly, awful laugh. I'll be sweating, she said, and hung up. Once I've driven out of Newark past Irvington and the patching tangled railroad crosses, switchman tracks, lumber yards, dairy queens, and used car lots. The night was cooler. It was in fact as though the 180 feet that the suburbs rose in altitude above Newark brought one closer to heaven, for the sun itself became bigger, lower, and rounder. And soon I was driving past long lawns which seemed to be twirling water on themselves, and past houses where no one sat on stoops, where lights were on and no windows open. For those inside refusing to share the very texture of life with those of us outside, regulated with the dial the amount of moisture ever allowed to access your skin. It was only 8 o'clock and I did not want to be early, so I drove up and down the streets whose names were those of UC colleges as though the townships years ago, when things were named, had planned the destinies and sons of the citizens. So it seems like a pretty okay book. I'm still at the gym. I'm about to leave. I was leaving a while ago, but I was trying to get a schedule for the fitness one for the summer, but I think she did. Anyways, have a blessed day. Goodbye.